Good day everyone. Today we will be going to present about the laws and legal basis of inclusive education according to the DepEd Order number 44 series of 2021. It is the policy guidelines and the provision of educational programs and services for learners with disabilities in the K-12 basic education program. These policy guidelines shall provide an overall direction and guidance in the organization, management, and implementation of appropriate programs, services, and interventions for learners with disabilities at the different levels of governance in the department. According to the 1987 Constitution, Article 14, Section 1 says that it prescribes the state to protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels and to take appropriate steps to make such education accessible to all. And according to the Article 14, Section 2, the Constitution directs the state to establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant to the needs of the people and the society. So the provision of educational programs and services for learners with disabilities is integral to the right to accessible and quality basic education, and the mandate of DepEd is a duly bearer to uphold said right, as embodied in the following laws and commitments.
Republic Act Number 9155, or the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001, reiterates the above constitutional mandate of the state. Section number 2, the base and the DepEd with the authority, accountability, and responsibility for ensuring access to, promoting equity in, and improving the quality of basic education. Section number 6.
In Section 3, RA number 10533, or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, provides that the state shall create a functional basic education system that will develop productive and responsible citizens equipped with essential competences, skills, and values for both lifelong learning and employment, and shall accordingly make education learner-oriented and responsive to the needs, cognitive, and cultural capacity, the circumstances and diversity of learners, schools, and competences. In Section 5, thereby making inclusive education an imperative. Thus, the Act provides that the curriculum shall be learner-centered, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate.
Implementing rules and regulation of Republic Act Number 10533, otherwise known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, and it is also entitled an act enhancing the Philippine basic education system by strengthening its curriculum and increasing the number of years for basic education, approaching funds therefore and for other purposes. Section 3 of RA 10533, Basic Education, is intended to meet basic learning needs, which provides the foundation on which subsequent learning can be based. It encompasses kindergarten, elementary, and secondary education, as well as the alternative learning system for out-of-school learners and those with special needs.
Under RA 10533 Section 4, Enhanced Basic Education Program encompasses at least 1 year of kindergarten education, 6 years of elementary education, and 6 years of secondary education in that sequence. Secondary education includes 4 years of junior high school and 2 years of senior high school education. Basic education shall be delivered in the languages understood by the learners, as the language plays a strategic role in shaping the formative years of learners. For kindergarten and the first 3 years of elementary education, instruction, teaching materials, and assessment shall be in the regional or native language of the learners. Mother language or first language refers to language or languages first learned by children. This includes Filipino Sign Language used by individuals with pertinent disabilities. The regional or native language refers to the traditional speech variety or variety of Filipino Sign Language existing in a region, area, or place.
Even prior to the enactment of RA 10533 in 2013, Batas Pambansa Bilang 232 or the Education Act of 1982 had mandated the state to promote the right of every individual to relevant quality education, regardless of sex, age, creed, socioeconomic status, physical and mental conditions, racial or ethnic origin, political or other affiliation, The state shall therefore promote and maintain equality of access to education, as well as the enjoyment of the benefits of education by all its citizens. Section 3. It further provides that the state recognizes its responsibility to provide, within the context of the formal education system, services to meet the special needs of certain clientele. Section 24.
Is Prudential Decree 603 all about? Prudential Decree number 603, otherwise known as the Child and the Youth Welfare Code, and issued in December 1974, legally defines special categories of youths, including youthful offender, and directs the Ministry of Social Services and Development, or MSSD, to provide comprehensive service to assist in youth development. What are the rights of the child that indicates in Prudential Decree 603? Rights of the child. The emotionally disturbed or socially maladjusted child shall be treated with sympathy and understanding, and shall be entitled to treatment and complement care. The physical or mentally handicapped child shall be given the treatment, education, and care required by his particular condition. Are the rights of a child according to Prudential Decree number 603, Article 3. Rights of a child. All children shall be entitled to the rights reigned set forth without distinction, as the legitimacy or sex or social status, religion, political antecedents, and other factors. The gifted child shall be given opportunity and encouraged to develop his special talents.
Internationally, the Convention on the Rights of the Child in 1989, of which the Philippines is a state party, also embodies a universal commitment to advance children's rights, including the rights of children with disabilities. The Convention articulates the rights of children more comprehensively and provides a set of fundamental principles, including but not limited to non-discrimination, which fundamentally shape the way children must be viewed and treated. The Convention provides for the rights of the child to education in Art 28 and obligates state parties to respect and ensure the rights set forth in the Convention to each child within their jurisdiction without discrimination of any kind, irrespective of the child's or his or her parents or legal guardians in race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national, ethnic or social origin, property, disability, birth or other status in Art 20.3.
In Article 7 state that the particular children with disabilities have an agreement on the rights of the child, nevertheless obligates state parties to ensure the enjoyment of the children with disabilities and all human rights and freedom, also the equal basis with the other children. Magna Carta emphasizes that persons with disabilities have the same rights as other people to take their proper place in society, and their rights must never be perceived as welfare services by the government. The Magna Carta specifically provides for the right of persons with disability to the provision of adequate access to quality education and ample opportunities to develop their skills, and the corresponding duty of the state to ensure this right. The page 7 of 17 Magna Carta makes it a duty of state to promote the provision of auxiliary services that will facilitate the learning process for learning with disabilities in Section 12.
Under the Magna Carta, Section 14, Special Education, the state shall establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of special education for the visually impaired, hearing impaired, mentally retarded persons, and other types of exceptional children in all regions of the country. Toward this end, the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports shall establish special education classes in public schools, in cities or municipalities. The national government shall allocate funds necessary for the effective implementation of the special education program nationwide. Local government units may likewise appropriate counterparts funds to supplement national funds.